My next featured storyteller that we're bringing today, Katya Duft, is one of my favorite storytellers. She has a blog on Facebook called Tales from the Bus, and some of her readers reached out to me and had reached out to her and suggested that we get together and bring her onto the show. And I read her blog and I enjoyed it so much. Anecdotes and slices of life about daily rides in small bits that would have comments from all over the world. Giving their input, on things that might have happened on the 181 on Fairfax, and they're talking about it in Russia, Scotland, England, all over the world, how they would handle it. I've had her on many, many shows, probably a dozen by this point, and I'm so glad to have her here on this first show. So please welcome Katya Duft. Thanks, Katya.
So I take this line 180 a lot, and the things I see, you can't believe that. Most of the bus drivers are middle-aged, older gentlemen, right? But there was one that I used to see all the time, and he was younger than usual, and he also looked like some kind of a football player. So I was always wondering if he chose the right profession. Apparently, I wasn't the only one who was thinking he was kind of cute. One day I got on this 180 bus, and this girl came in at the same time as I did. And she was so interested in this bus driver right away. She kept staring at him, and she actually sat down right behind him at one of the front seats. At some point, she worked up some courage, and she asked him, "Bus driver, are you married? Are you dating anyone?" He looked at her funny and didn't say anything. But she was very insistent, so at the next bus stop she asks him again, "Bus driver, are you married?" He turns to her and he tells her, "Excuse me, I'm at work, I can't talk about things like that, okay?" The girl didn't want to give up, so the rest of the way she was staring at him, and by the time she had to leave, she came up to him and said, "Look, I don't know if you're interested or not, but I want to leave you my business card. If you're interested, cutie, just give me a call." So right before leaving the bus, she put her business card right next to him and left. All the passengers were very impressed, and they kept staring at the driver, wondering what he was going to do. One of the passengers asked him, "So, she wasn't half bad. Are you going to talk to her again? Are you going to call her? What are you going to do?" At one of the bus stops, the driver explained. He said, "Look, this is my work. I drive all the time. After I'm off work, I refuse to drive. Apparently, this lady doesn't even have a car, and I refuse to drive after work. That's why I don't date my passengers. Do you understand?" This story is kind of funny, right? But that's not always the experiences you see on the bus. One day I was on the same line, 180 line from Hollywood to Pasadena. One of the passengers didn't like the fact that I was on my phone the whole time. And since I was typing on my phone, I kept it very close to my face. So one of the lady passengers told me, "Stop filming me, stop filming me. Why are you doing this? Are you a bus marshal? Are you trying to see if I'm committing any crime on this bus?" And I said, no, look, I keep this phone close to my face only because otherwise I wouldn't see anything. And she's like, "No, I don't think so. I think you're filming me. What did I do? Is it because I just ate a sandwich? But look, I have to eat right now, otherwise my sugar will drop. This is a medical condition." And I said, "Look, lady, I'm seriously not filming you. I'm just doing my own thing." And she kept being insistent. She's like, "No, I know you're filming me. Please explain why you're doing this. Is it because of my student loans that I haven't paid yet? Or is it because of my DUI that I had and because I have to take the bus now? Please explain." I refused to explain, so she ended up grabbing the phone out of my hands and turning it off. I was very, very scared, and I said, "Please give my phone back to me," which she did. At this point, the driver was very appalled, and he said, "Look, lady, she's not a bus marshal. There is no such thing as a bus marshal. She's actually just doing her own thing, and you're just being paranoid. Please leave her alone, or I'll have to ask you to leave the bus." And the lady would just keep staring at me and saying, no, I don't trust this woman. I think she's very, very suspicious. So at some point, I had no more patience, so I just moved to the other part of the bus. And the lady moved with me and kept staring at me. At this point, the driver lost his patience too. So he said, look, I'm asking you to leave. So she stands up, she's leaving, and on her way out, she said, I'll find out why you were filming me, and I'll show you. And with these words, she left the bus. So as you can see, some experiences on the bus are fun and funny, and some are just plain scary. And still, I think we should take the bus because this just shows you real everyday life. Thank you.
The 210, the 605, the freeways are not so nice. The I-5, the 210, the freeways are not so nice.